Hello, and welcome to another session of Dear Monica. Today, I want to talk a little bit about relationships again. I would love to talk about how we oftentimes have difficulty in our relationships because we tend to make it all about ourselves. It's all about me, me, me. Well, anytime you're in a relationship with your significant other or your spouse, you tend to need to fall back just a little bit because it can kind of wear and tear down on the relationship. A lot of times when I'm speaking, I want you to get into the mindset of some of the things that I say may not be all fit for one person, but just to give you a general concept, the general idea of how to kind of manipulate through your relationship, the things that you want, the relationship that you would like to have, and the things that you need in your relationship. So no, there's not all for one and one for all. So meaning I'm just going to be bringing some tips, and hopefully these tips will be able to help you with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband, your partner. Any of these tips I'm just bringing forth because these are things that I speak to other people about, and these are things that I constantly say over and over that you can try for yourself and see the progress that you can make for it. A lot of times with couples counseling, I hear some of the same patterns, some of the same things being repeated, and it concerns me because I'm like, what are we missing? What are we not doing? What is it that so many people are experiencing at the same time? And I come to know two things that most people in most relationships deal with. And it's communication and it's compromising. I know some people are like, I'm not compromising. I don't even want to do this because he needs to do this for me, or she needs to do this because this is what I told her in the beginning. Okay, listen. In the beginning of relationships, everybody wants to please everyone. So things change. Of course, everything is all lovey-dovey in the beginning because you're trying to get or win that other person over. So understand that, I hear all the time, well, they did this before and then they just stopped. Really, the same things that you did in the beginning are the same things you need to do throughout your relationship to keep that spark, to keep that fire going. So if you guys chatted and you guys were very open with your communication, you talked about a number of things to the point, it's like you hear most people say, hey, he was my friend. He was my friend before he was my lover. Or they say, she was my best friend. We could talk about anything. She was so cool, so down to earth. Well, why did you change? It's not fair to say, well, I got him now or I got her now, and so I don't need to do this anymore. I can fall back. I don't have to keep talking like I was talking before. Like, come on. Like, those were the things that attracted that person to you and you to that person. Why would you want to change it? So yeah, continue to keep that dialogue flowing and going. If there's a time that comes about when, one person may not like how some things are going, and maybe let's say you used to hang out and you weren't bothered by your friend, your significant other behavior with, being kind of loud and boisterous, and you weren't bothered by it in the beginning, but then the more and more you start hanging out with your girlfriends, you're like, well, babe, can you kind of tone that down a little bit? Think about it. How would you feel? How would you feel? Of course, the other person will be like feeling like they're attacked. What do you mean? This is me. You trying to change me? And there's that word, change. You trying to change me? That's what we see. But I want you to take a pause and think, like, before you really ask someone to do something, just think about ways to ask them where they won't feel like they're being attacked or judged, that it won't come off so higher than the other one, or, any of that. So always practice like how you're going to say things so that it will come off in a loving way. Sometimes people don't hear their tone and their level, so they don't know that they're being loud. They're just like, hey, I'm talking. This is just me. I myself, if I'm excited, I get loud and I don't even realize I'm loud. But what I start doing is I start to take a step back and be like, Okay, Monica, you're getting loud. So, but some people don't have that tool. They don't have that skill set to say, I need to kind of tone it down because I can hear myself being super loud. So again, communication. Ladies, please don't nag. If you say one thing one time, maybe 2 times, don't keep saying it over and over and over and over and over. It drives men crazy. And it's like, I understand, I get it. You're like, Monica, but I've told him or I've told her to do this, and I gotta say it like 20 times because after the 3rd time she was still doing the same thing. I get it. I get it. I'm so sorry that you feel like you have to do that, but you shouldn't. Again, there are more loving ways to get across that same message without nagging. For instance, let's say you asked your wife to cook dinner, and you've asked her to cook dinner more so that when you come home you can have a nice hot meal, and she's like, oh babe, but you know, I've worked all day too, I'm tired, da 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 da. How about this? Instead of saying, babe, I thought I told you to cook dinner tonight, or didn't we talk about this? So again, another night with no dinner. Like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to start an argument. So what you could do is say, you know, or you could text. You could, because, you know, we live in a society where everything is a text message. You could either call and leave a nice voicemail and say, hey, babe, just thinking about you. Can't wait to see, you know, what you're going to fix for dinner tonight. But whatever you fix, I'm sure I'm going to love it. I love you for cooking for us, or for thinking about cooking for us. I appreciate all you do. People just want to know that they are appreciated. Really, it's just that simple. And that's completely different than, I thought I said for you to cook every night, or I thought we talked about you cooking and you haven't cooked yet. Even if you send a text message, it could be, super excited to see what meal you're going to have planned tonight, or babe, just want to thank you in advance for taking the time out to prepare dinner for us tonight, because I know you're busy, but I really, really love you. That's it. Just want to feel appreciated. Just want to be recognized that, hey, yeah, I do know you're working too. I do know you're working hard. And then flip it. If she prepares one meal, you can fix another. And I know for some guys are like, I don't know how to cook. I don't know what to do. You can stop by the store and get a pizza if you like, or a nice meal from Ruby Tuesdays. Get it ordered to go, come home, put it on a plate, put some candles on the table. Sweet yet simple. Okay, so I'm not going to beat you over the head too much with communication because I say it throughout all my videos. It's so pivotal. It's so key. Compromising. Oh my goodness. Again, everyone wants the me, me, me. We want everything for us right away. Females. Okay, you're going to have to give a little too. You want flowers, you want gifts, you want nice expensive purses just on a whim of things. But what are you doing for your mate? What are you doing for him? Men love to receive things too. They love to receive accolades, whether it's verbal praises, give him a massage. If you know he's worked hard all day, it's nothing wrong with giving him a massage. Again, something so simple. Men are simple creatures. We make things so hard, so complex. Men are not like that. So it's nothing wrong with giving a nice back rub, running him some bath water with candles. You know, it's nothing wrong with just sitting like right there and just talking with him and giving him a nice massage. On the flip side of things, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Go to Dollar General or Family Dollar, get a nice little wicker basket. Those stores always have like working gloves, Armor All, car refresheners, things that you know men like you know what your man like. Put some popcorn in that basket. You can also get like a couple of Western movies. They even have like greatest football hits. Like, come on. It's just that simple. Get a nice little bag, put a little bow on it. He will be so appreciative. He will love that. So, hey, the same way you want things and you want to know that you're loved and appreciated, do the same for him. Notice I gave you a very simple idea. It doesn't have to cost a whole lot of money. You can go to Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Again, a nice massage, or just watching the game with him. Just watch the game with him, fix his favorite snacks. I'm telling you, men appreciate those little things. And, I will get into the more intimate part in another video because I know a lot of times females are like, all they want to do is be intimate. All they want to do is have sex. Yeah, because they're men. I mean, I don't kind of know how to, tell you. I don't want to tell you anything wrong, but yes, but it's nothing wrong with your man wanting you. It's good that he wants you. It's good that he's still physically attracted to you. So that's a good thing. I think I would be a little bit concerned when he doesn't want, to be touched by you, or he doesn't want to touch you, or he's giving you side eye if you walking in and you're like, babe, do I look sexy? And he's like, you look all right. Then that's going to be a problem. So again, we'll talk about the intimate part a little bit later. But again, remember, communication, compromise. It's key to your relationship. Ladies, relax. Don't be so complicated. Men don't know what to do because you're sending so many mixed signals. It's like, oh my gosh, he don't know what I want. He can't figure them out. Well, because 1 minute you're saying one thing on this end, and then on the other end, you're saying something completely different. You're like, oh, he doesn't buy me anything. And then when he buys you something, it's, girl, let me tell you, he bought this tired game, or he bought this tired looking purse. It's like, he can't win from losing. What do you want? What do you expect? And even with your wants and your expectations, you're going to have to communicate that. He's not a mind reader. Fellas, talk. Even when you're confused, tell her you're confused. Again, guys, I hope this helped. I really hope this helped. Keep those listening ears out. Try implementing some good things, and let me know, what are some of the things that you've done, that you've tried, that have worked within your relationships. But remember, a relationship is what you make it. If you want it to be positive, it will be positive. If you want it to be negative, then it's going to be negative. The fussing, hooping, hollering, that's just drama. That's going to bring so much negativity into that relationship. So it's what you make it. I know people say, oh, I want this type of relationship because I've seen it on TV. Be careful. Enjoy.